Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and man, it's been a while since I've done a little Beyond Cardboard, so I'm super excited to do another episode for you guys tonight. Really looking forward to my guest. He and I have figured out that we are like-minded individuals on a whole lot of things, and we really clicked and connected, and so I am excited to have with me. I'm getting my everything pulled up here so we can be ready to go. I can hear the chat, or not hear the chat. I can see the chat, see what's going on. Hey, Andy, Mark, Coops Cards. We got a lot of people joining in already. Thanks everybody for coming in and watching this. I know there's a lot of other things live right now. What's up, Mike? Silverfood Cardboard. Well, thank you for liking my video earlier. I appreciate that. Like this one while you're at it. If you're just here, you might as well hit the like button. And so let's get going because it's about 8 o'clock, and that's when I told you guys earlier that I was going to be doing this. So I am super excited to introduce my guest to you. He is a gentleman who I've gotten to know really recently over the last couple of months. We met at the Texas Card Show back in, well, we'll talk about that. I can't even remember when. I've been so busy lately at home. But without further ado, let me just get into it and introduce Jeff Hoffer from Pack Geek. Jeff, what's going on, man?
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Good to talk to you, buddy.
Great to talk to you. And I was trying to tell the story. Obviously, I did it very poorly of how we first met. And why don't you tell the story?
Well, we were at a local card show in the Dallas area, and it was a really cool setup. We had a booth. We were shooting kind of live episodes there, live to tape, if you will. And one of my collector friends brought this gentleman over and said, "Hey, you got to meet my friend Mike. He's also got a YouTube channel, and he lives in Fort Worth while I live in Dallas, so we're in the same metroplex." And so I was like, "Well, dude, we're practically neighbors. You have a YouTube channel. What's going on? If you want to do an episode with me, like there?" And it took us all about 30 seconds to realize we had a whole bunch of stuff in common. Mike went to TCU. My wife graduated from TCU, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. We are obsessed with cards and love YouTube. And we did an episode. We opened up some 1981 tops and had a blast. And I think it was history from there, right?
Indeed, it was. I shot a little bit of video for you for my channel. I did the same for your channel. And then you got to come over to my house a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? Or that wasn't even that couple of weeks ago, was it? A week and a half ago or so?
I had a chance to check out the man cave and Mike's collection, which is pretty incredible. I mean, I will, without a doubt, say the best autograph collection I've ever seen.
Thank you, man.
And
$20.
a little bit.
I'm Venmoing you $20 right now for saying that.
No, but you earned that. That's obviously a long time in the making, but I was really impressed. And I didn't have nearly enough time to really do it justice, but from what I saw, it was incredibly impressive.
Well, we didn't get to, like you said, we only hung out a couple hours, and we could be here a while, right? Just
you need a solid 4 to 5 hours just to see like Mike's graded cards, and then you get beyond that into the sets and raw and autographs and anything you want. I mean, you've got it all.
Well, I enjoyed having you. We're going to do that again because you and I have some good ideas about YouTube and doing some cool stuff, and we'll get into that a little bit here as we get through some of the questions. Are you ready for these questions? Have you thought up, very eloquent and awesome answers?
Oh man, well, I was cramming all night, so we'll see how this goes. I've got my Scantron and my number 2 pencil ready.
All right.
I don't know if people still use those, but I'm prepared.
Good. Well, the first question then. So, as you guys, by the way, as we get into questions, if y'all have questions that you want to ask Jeff, please feel free. Put them in the comments. I'll be writing them down over here, and we'll have a section where we take audience questions to ask Jeff. But Jeff, kind of tell everybody how you kind of got started collecting. How old were you? What kind of got you going?
Oh man, I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and one set in particular got me going, and that was the 1985 Top set, which is still my favorite to this day. I was collecting it in 1985, and we were all looking for the Dwight Gooden rookie card, and that card is just magical to this day. I see that, and of course it's worth all of $1.50 these days, but back then it was probably worth $1.50, but it was the chase card. But I got started because my buddy Kelly Boyle, he had an older brother, was probably 3 or 4 years older than us, and he had literally a box full of sports cards, and it was not organized. It was like if you took an organized box of sports cards and dumped it into this giant box and just left them. They didn't have rubber bands around them, Mike. It was a pile of cards, and he had basketball, he had football, he had baseball, and they were from like the 70s on up to like, I want to say they got up to like the early 80s. And we just went through these piles of cards for I don't know how many weekends in a row, and we got kind of obsessed with them and realized that there was a baseball card shop not far from our house. So we then ended up riding our bikes there. We figured out 7-Eleven had Topps packs too. So man, it was like the snowball effect. Once we figured out we could buy more of these cards.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I think a lot of us have stories like that from growing up, and I used to just literally stack them on my floor. 81 Donruss, 81 Topps, which was why it was so cool to open 81 Topps that you happen to have that. That's not, I don't think, an accident. And so we all kind of have those little, man, I remember the first time, blah, 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 and ... Everybody has their own story. So who did you grow up collecting? Your favorite teams, your favorite players? Who did you like?
Well, I grew up in Topeka, Kansas, which is about an hour outside of Kansas City. And so the Royals were our local team. So, man, if you grow up a Royals fan in the 80s, George Brett is without a doubt going to be one of your favorite players. So for my entire collector life, I've collected George Brett, and my second favorite player in Major League Baseball was Cal Ripken.
Okay.
So I like to kind of keep, organizing the two of them together because they played for the same team their entire career. They all had great careers, obviously. And they seem like the sort of athletes that were true role models. Even though, there's some funny stories online about George Brett and some other random stuff, but he, for the most part, kept a pretty clean record other than the Pine Tar. And so I love those guys, and I still do, because they're the sort of players that I could, introduce my young son to someday and say, hey, these guys were as good as it got in their sport, and they were role models. They were good people, and they were loyal to their teams, and they were both hard workers, and they made great careers for themselves.
What year did George Brett hit 390?
Oh, man.
I'm just seeing how big of a George Brett fan you are. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to give you a guess because I don't know. I'm going to guess it was like 76. I feel like that was early.
1980.
1980. All right. Fair enough. Good question, though.
That's a good question. He was chasing 400 then. That was a big deal.
Ted Williams, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
See? So what would you say, those that don't, if you don't watch Jeff's channel, you should be. It's called Pack Geek. It's very easy to find. But I know on your channel, you collect a lot of different things besides just baseball. So what is kind of your focus? Or is that the problem is you don't have a focus? Or what is your collecting focus?
Guilty as charged. And we discussed this a little bit when I came for a visit, but I've collected just about everything under the sun. So I'm collecting like 4 players right now that I consider PC players. George Brett, Cal Ripken, as I've mentioned, then Patrick Mahomes, who is, if you've lived anywhere near Kansas City and ever been a Chiefs fan, he is the truth. Like we've been waiting for this guy to come along for a long time. He's really exciting. So Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and then I live in Dallas currently, and this Luka Doncic player came along this year and has just been incredible. He's been a ton of fun to watch, and now that Dirk retired, I've started collecting him. So I've got 2 retired baseball players that I collect, 1 active football player and 1 active basketball player. Other than that, man, I just like cards. I'm equal opportunity when it comes to collecting.
I love it. I like the diversity, and I'm a baseball guy, but that doesn't mean I don't respect and appreciate when people branch out. And there's lots of guys that do multiple sports, and it just gives you something always to be looking for, And
it's fun to collect in season, and I feel like if you have at least 1 player you collect from each sport. I don't do hockey because I can't pronounce the names very well. But other than hockey, like I try to keep a player in each sport, so I've got someone to collect who's active at all times.
Right, that's awesome. Is there kind of a niche in the collecting world that you wish you would have started back when you were younger? And if so, what is it?
Oh, well, I mean, anyone that collected during the 80s will tell you they wish they had had the foresight to buy 1986-87 Fleer basketball.
Right.
That's the set with the Jordan rookie and like 5 or 6 other Hall of Fame rookie cards, and it's just a monster set. But of course, I can't even imagine how many of those packs have passed over to buy like 86 tops, because 86 tops is basically cardboard gold, and 86 Fleer basketball is, at the time it seemed like something weird.
We're getting some good comments already. Papino Man, his name's Caesar, he said, I Googled sexy nerds and it sent me here. So here we are.
It's the name of our new channel.
That's right, Sexy Nerds. And then Filmington, I don't know if you follow his channel, but he does a cool deal called Rookie Card Explosion Box, where he sends out a bunch of packs of various years, from vintage stuff up to modern stuff. And it's a really cool idea where he gives you packs where you have a chance to try to get some key rookie cards in baseball. And he said he'll send you one if you teach him videography, because he watches your channel. And so
that is a deal. I don't know how to do videography through the computer, but maybe I can figure out a way to have a tutorial video on my channel or something. But yeah, we'll figure something else out. I'm always down for some sort of trade.
So what is kind of your dream item, Jeff? Like, if you could have one thing, what would it be?
I mean, probably the Magnum PI Ferrari. If I had to put that dream into a cardboard vessel, I would probably go back to something pre-war. I collected pre-war baseball for a while, and I ended up switching focuses and sold all of those cards. I mean, this isn't going to blow anyone's mind, but I would love like a Baltimore News Babe Ruth. Of course, I'll never be able to afford that, even if I sold my house. And then, like, I love Jim Thorpe, just him being such an all-around awesome athlete. And when I was a kid, Bo Jackson was a big deal, and people always brought up Jim Thorpe when they would talk about Bo Jackson being this outstanding all-around athlete. So as a kid, I was doing research on who's a Jim Thorpe character. It keeps on coming up when they're talking about Bo. And so I've always liked Jim Thorpe. Certainly the more I read about him and figured out, like, he fought through a lot of diversity to get to where he was. So maybe like a Jim Thorpe rookie. I think it's 1916 and 101 Sporting News I would want the one with the stats on the back because I don't like the blank back version, but that's what I would want.
Very cool. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, it would. That whole set. I think that's the Ruth rookie set, and there's also like a Joe Jackson rookie maybe in there, or I don't know if they consider that the Joe Jackson, but I digress. There's a lot of good. That is the 1985 tops of the early 1900s.
Yeah. Some people are just joining in, and we're talking to Jeff from his YouTube channel is Pack Geek. And if you haven't checked him out, you are missing out. I highly encourage you guys to go look at that. So, Jeff, if you could have a beer with any current or former major leaguer, who would it be?
Oh, man. Well, George Brett, of course. George Brett. So, I got to tell you, I got a wild George Brett thing. And I would, it would be silly for me not to mention this, but so I have, as you know, I have a 7-month-old son. He's almost 8 months. He looks like he's 2. He's just a big kid. And so my wife, who's very resourceful, contacted George Brett's wife while she was pregnant, before I knew. And she contacted George Brett's wife and somehow convinced her to have her husband, George Brett, my hero, send me a video telling me I was going to be a father.
No way.
And this is the most ridiculous thing, and I wouldn't believe it myself if I didn't have it in video form. And it's on my YouTube channel, so Pack Geek on YouTube. You can watch George Brett telling me that I'm going to be a father, and my head exploded. Like, I don't know what was more surreal to hear that I was going to be a father, something I'd always wanted to be my entire life, or for George Brett, my all-time hero, to tell me I'm going to be a father, man. It was insane. So a very long way of going around to say George Brett would be number one on my list to have a beer with.
That might be the coolest story I've ever heard.
Dude, it is 100% fact. I have video proof, but it still seems surreal to this day to tell that story.
As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to find that video and watch it.
Yeah, man, it's like 60 seconds long, but it's one of the best 60 seconds of my life. Okay, so beyond that, I would probably go with like the entire early 90s Phillies team, because they all seem like beer drinking truck drivers.
Right.
And I would also recruit them to my beer league softball team. So those guys seem like they knew how to party.
I bet they did. So do you go to a lot of ballparks? Have you been to a lot of ballparks to watch games?
I haven't been to that many, man. I've been to a few. I've been to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. I've been to Rangers Ballpark here. I lived in LA for about 6 years. I went to Dodger Stadium. And when I was a kid, my folks took me to a Red Sox game at Fenway Park. So Old Fenway Park, and that was quite a treat, because for some reason, I don't know, and kids do this. I don't know if you did this. I know you grew up in the Dallas area, but Royals were always my first love. But then I also latched on to other teams that were nowhere near my hometown, and the Red Sox were that team for me for some reason. So as a kid, like, Mike Greenwell was one of my favorite players, and I can't really explain it other than I collected his sports cards and saw him play live once. But so Fenway Park was really cool.
I remember Mike Greenwell and Ellis Burks and all those Red Sox guys back in the late 80s.
Jody Reed, of course, Wade Boggs, and Clemens was on the team then, and they had a good squad. They had some of the strongest mustaches in baseball you ever see. For sure.
I'm writing down some questions that people are asking. So, obviously, Fenway was your favorite ballpark you've ever been to, it seems like. Do you agree with that?
Well, man, I feel like I would sell the Royals out if I said that, but between you and I and a few live chat members, probably.
Yeah. I've been to the new Kaufman since they redid it, and it's gorgeous. It's a really great place to watch a ball game.
Yeah, the K is a special place. I tell all of my friends that pastor Kansas City, if they're going during the season, that they need to try to grab a game because it's just it's got a special. Some ballparks are just special, man, and I feel like Kansas City has a special vibe there.
What do you think about the Rangers ballpark? You know, they're getting rid of it. This is the last year of it.
So I love the reasoning behind that because if you've ever been to a Rangers game during the summer, you know how sweaty your back gets. I mean, it's unbearable if you go there during July or August.
Sure.
But I love the current ballpark, so I'm sad to see it go because I think that's a great park, and they just did a bunch of new renovations there, so it's looking really nice.
I think you and I should shoot a video at a ball game. We should go to a game together and shoot some video.
Oh man, I would hate that.
Well,
I mean, going to a baseball game and opening up baseball cards sounds like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, count me in.
hey, I think we just came up with a new video idea. That could
Sexy
be.
nerd, go to the ballpark.
Let me see. I gotta look. When's my next game? How does Oh crap! I don't have a game till August on my season tickets. So, man, it'll be August. We can plan that. We'll work on that. But that'll be awesome. Let's see.
People who haven't been to Ranger Stadium, just how sweaty you get when you're there watching a game during August.
Yeah, they don't. They don't know. It'll be. I mean, I'm sad to see it go. It's dying before its time, so to speak. But we'll see. So
you were a season ticket holder for a while, right?
I'm in a group with a bunch of guys that have season tickets, and so we have like a little consortium of dudes, and we split the season. So we do a draft and all that cool stuff.
So is that a real bummer for you? You've made a lot of memories there.
Yeah, but goodness gracious, I've been going there since 1994, so it's just not that big a deal. I mean, I'm ready for. It'll be nice to not sweat my ass off during a game. That'll be nice in July. Julie just got home, so be ready for my dog to start barking like crazy.
All right.
So that'll be wonderful during a live stream. That's always great.
Hey, I'm homies with your dog too. So
that's right. You're buddies with Norman. You and Norman are friends, man.
Yeah. Norman and I.
Y'all bonded quickly.
We bonded quick.
So are you going to the National this year in Chicago?
I will be there. I am. It's going to be. It's going to be my second National, and I'm excited. I love the city of Chicago. So that's just a little icing on the cake. But I will be there, man. I think I'm going to go in and be there Friday and Saturday at least, and probably a week Sunday. But I'm supposed to be co-hosting the Beckett Media podcast, which is called Fat Packs with Eric Norton. If you guys haven't checked out the Fat Packs podcast, check it out. Eric does a nice job over there.
That is so cool that you get to do that. And of course, you get to hang out with me, and just about everybody on this live stream is probably going to be there too. So I bet there'll be.
Let's do that.
Are you going to have Pack Geek t-shirts with you to give away?
Man, last year I brought a ton. So last year I went and I brought a second suitcase just so I could bring all the free t-shirts. I'm running kind of low, so I may have to restock if I'm going to do that this year. But I'll definitely have some with me. I don't know that I'm going to go as they did last year, but I'll have some freebies.
Right. Well, I will. I'm wearing mine right now, by the way, so everybody can know what they look like. They're pretty slick and very comfortable. So thank you for that, by the way.
I thought you looked extra handsome for the live stream, and now I realize what's going on.
That's right. That's why I'm extra handsome. So tell us kind of how you got started with YouTube and what made that an avenue that you thought would be good for your collection or for your collecting or whatever.
Well, okay, so I I was in. Are you familiar with the Collectors Universe forum?
Of course.
The CU boards, as they
You bet.
call them.
You bet.
So I love message boards, and I've learned so much good information and met so many cool collectors through the boards. Just a shout out to Collectors Universe and Net 54 and Blowout, and so many awesome people there, and so many great communities. But at the time, it was just the Collectors Universe forums, and this was back in I guess it was 2010, and I was just opening some packs, and I bought some pretty expensive packs to open, and I was thinking, man, these packs are a couple $100 a pop, and it would be cool if I could share this experience with my friends on the boards when I'm breaking these packs. These are like 70s, and even open some packs from the 60s, and they go by pretty quick. You got 10 or 15 cards in there, and I can scan all of them in, or I could just shoot a video, and people could experience it with me. So I've been working in production. I do video production for a living, and so back then I was already doing production. So I thought, well, I'll just stick a camera on a tripod, put it over my shoulder, and kind of give that first-person feel to a video, so it feels kind of like you're opening this pack as I do it. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of issues with focus and other stuff, and I wasn't holding the cards in the right place because I wasn't able to see the screen on the back of the camera, and it was kind of a mess. So like the first 18 videos on the Pack Geek channel were all this first version of videos. But so my reason for starting the channel at all was just to share this experience with some of my friends on the forum, and then I took a break for a while, for 5 or 6 years literally, and I came back and I thought, I want to do this again, but if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. So I went all in, hired a couple of production buddies of mine to help me shoot and edit the show, and now kind of it is what it is, man. It's a much bigger operation, but it's a lot more satisfying for me to know that I'm putting something out there that I've been watching 10 years and still think it looks all right.
The stuff you do now is literally second to none. I think it's the highest quality in terms of video production just about out there on YouTube within our card collecting community that I've seen. And I just really admire what you do. And I mean, you're over 1,000 subs, which is awesome. And the way you do it, from what I understand, is you shoot a bunch of videos and then you kind of release one once a week on Wednesdays. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's right, man. Thank you for the kind words. I'm a production snob. I mean, that's how I make my living. So I wouldn't be able to look myself in the face if I wasn't proud of the product I was putting out there, and it's a big deal to me. So anytime somebody says, "Hey, man, I enjoy the production quality of your show," that means a lot to me, because I put a lot of effort and a lot of time, and a lot of money into trying to create a show that you guys can enjoy, and that people will share, and hopefully it feels like you're kind of watching a baseball card TV show. So that's the goal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the content you put out is crap, but the production value is really good. No, I'm just kidding. Totally.
The truth comes out.
No, I'm joking.
If it wasn't for the host, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that guy.
There's always improvements I can make, and I'd be the first to take my show apart for several reasons. But that that gives me stuff to work on. So it is an ever evolving project.
No, I think what you do is amazing. And where did you come up with? I mean, where did Pack Geek come from?
I don't remember. That's a great question. I honestly don't remember, Mike. I wish I had some cool history of the title. I think I probably just wanted something that was short and people had an idea of what it was about just through the title.
Right.
Similar to yourself.
It is painfully obvious what I collect. I'm a baseball collector.
Yeah, but it makes all the sense in the world. There's no gray area there when somebody clicks on your channel to figure out what's going on.
And you're a Pack Geek. Do you consider yourself a geek, like closet geek?
I mean, yeah, like I like some geeky stuff, but that's okay. And not just baseball cards, but I'm all right with that. I think nerds are cooler than they once were.
I think so too. And they get all the hot girls and all the money, right? I guess that's kind of the way you can look at it.
I mean, let's be honest. Mark Zuckerberg is the king of the nerds, and that guy is crazy wealthy. So
no doubt.
If that's a nerd, sign me up.
So do you watch a lot of YouTube? Do you consume a lot of content of other card people?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching this guy, baseball collector, recently. He's pretty cool. You know what? The majority of the stuff I watch on YouTube isn't card related, or is lightly card related, like Gary V. And I know there's some groans right now as I say Gary V. He's so polarizing. But dude, that guy fires me up, and I am unapologetically a fan of the message he pushes and the way he motivates people. And I dig that he likes cards, and he gets as fired up about sports cards as he does owning like Twitter stock. So
right.
I watch a lot of his stuff. I like Casey Neistat, who's another YouTuber and great content creator. He's someone like myself who came from like a commercial and TV background, and then went to kind of his own vlog. I kind of hate that term, vlog. I prefer web series, but I guess some people prefer to call it a vlog. It sounds weird, doesn't it?
It does sound weird.
Do you call your show a vlog, or do you call it a web series?
Neither. I'm not that sophisticated, I guess.
What do you call it, Mike?
I don't know.
What do you do? You just say, I have a YouTube show?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I do a lot of different things, so I don't know. I guess I have different like this is Beyond Cardboard is a series. This is probably I think this is my 18th episode of this. But to me, I just like to do so many different things which is what makes it fresh to me and keeps me going. I mean, if you do the same thing all the time, it can get a little stagnant, I would think.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And I'm certainly not implying that you need to call your show
That's okay.
a vlog or web series or anything. Call it whatever you want. It's your thing. It's content at the end of the day, and I don't think it needs a brand. That's kind of the beauty of the internet. Like, you can kind of do whatever you want, and people have the choice to consume it or not, but it's out there.
Yeah. So that's kind of what you do on the cardboard side. Let's get to know you a little bit. The whole point of this show is to get to know people that are putting out content and have their own YouTube channels in a different way. Because we see what people are like on their channel, and sometimes some people are open about what they're like off YouTube and some aren't. And so this is just a way to kind of learn a little bit more about you. But you mentioned you grew up in Topeka, Kansas. When did you move to Texas?
So I moved to Texas after I graduated college. I went to Kansas State University, and I moved down here, got an internship, and moved to Texas. I was here for a couple of years, and then moved out to California.
Well, I'm glad you're here in Texas. I mean, it's got to be your favorite place you've ever been. I don't even need to ask that question. I already know that.
You know what? It is. I love Dallas, and as they like to say in Texas, a phrase I'm fond of, I got here as quickly as I could.
But you would like Fort Worth too, I would think.
Man, you've given out all my secrets. So yeah, my wife and I love Fort Worth, and as I mentioned earlier, she is also a TCU alumni, and there's something special about Fort Worth. I think when people talk about the Southern way of life or Southern hospitality, Fort Worth embodies that more than Dallas does. Dallas is such a melting pot. You get get people from all over here. And not that there's anything wrong with Dallas. I love Dallas, but there's something nice about Fort Worth. It's like a small town wrapped with everything you want.
I call it the biggest little town there is, you know.
I think that's accurate. I think that's a good way to put it.
It's hard to get around here and not see people you know, go out to eat. I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot of people I don't know. You know, I'm not saying that, but it's a big little town, and it's a great place to live.
Well, for peeps listening, if you ever find yourself in Dallas Fort Worth and you have a little extra time, go visit downtown Fort Worth. It is the cleanest downtown you'll ever find. You can literally be walking around there after midnight, no problems. It's well policed. It's clean. There's great food. There's entertainment. It's called Sundance Square, and I don't actually own stock in Sundance Square, but it's a beautiful place. Like it's what you want a city downtown to be like.
Yeah, we're very proud of it, and we go down there all the time because it's a blast, and there's so much to do, and it's safe and it's fun.
Yeah, it's super family friendly. If you're looking to meet people, it's a fun place to go out and have a drink. Like it's just a good time.
So you mentioned you're in video production. Any more color to that in terms of what you do for a living and how that incorporates and gets you a paycheck?
I work in the adult film industry.
You do not.
No, I definitely don't. No, that's my wife. I mean, unhappy with me for even coming out. I work for a production company. I'm a creative director for a production company, and basically what that means is I write and direct videos. We do like commercial content. We do branded content, which is just long form commercials. We do short documentaries. We do 3D animation. We do all sorts of stuff. And aside from that, I have my own production outfit, which is called Occasionally Genius. And we're the group that produces the Pack Geek series and does a bunch of other cool stuff. So when I'm not working my production 9 to 5, I'm doing my own production on the side or working on the Pack Geek series. So, yeah.
Very cool. So you're married?
I am married. My lovely wife, Hillary, has been on the show a couple of times.
She has. Y'all should go watch it. It's funny because she obviously has a good screen presence because she's done a lot of commercials and hosting different things and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, she's a tea host, so she works in the news, and she's very comfortable on camera. So I was not pulling teeth to get her to be on the show. She knows what she's doing far better than I do, in fact.
Where is Hillary right now?
She is downstairs working on something.
Oh, I wanted to ask her a few questions, but whatever.
Hold on. Let me see what I can do.
All right.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do.
And now we wait. This might be the first. Go ahead. You go, Jeff. I'm going to talk to them.
1 second.
So Jeff's going to go try to get Hillary. Because Hillary's been on his channel a few times, kind of like Julie has. And she's got a great presence, and she's funny. And so we'll see. Okay, I'll ask him, Pepino Man, that question. That's a good question. So we'll see if he can get Hillary in here to ask a few questions. I've never met Hillary, so I've never talked to her. So this would be the first time that I get to talk to her. I don't know if she'll be like, no, that's stupid. That might happen. That'd be funny, though. He mentioned earlier that they have a 7-month-old son named Fox is his name, and so that's why we had to do this a little bit later tonight, because Jeff gets to play dad a lot, and he's a great dad, and he gets to put Fox down every night and help him get to sleep and spend some quality time with him, so that's pretty cool. Hey, while you're here, if you have questions while we're waiting, ask questions, thumbs up the video.
Mike, you there?
Yes, I'm here, Jeff.
Is the show still going on?
A lot of people left, but whatever, you know.
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, I brought Hillary, So,
Hi, Hillary.
Hold on just one second. I'm going to answer the phone.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good, Hillary. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So, I know you more than you know me. First of all, go Frogs.
Oh, that's right. Go Frogs.
Go
I
Frogs.
heard you're a fellow Horn Frog. That's awesome.
I am. And we lost in the last night to Arkansas in the baseball.
I know.
I was kind of bummed about that.
It is a bummer.
But better season than we started, when it looked like we were going to have. So
Absolutely. They've really done incredibly well the past couple of years. I mean, TCU's just fun to watch.
yeah, they've turned into
even when they're not doing well.
they've turned into a national powerhouse in baseball for sure.
They really have, yeah.
So first thing I want to make a caveat. My daughter, who just graduated from high school yesterday, is going to OU. So don't hold that against me. It's not my fault.
Okay.
I swear.
I will try not to.
So I've seen your videos, several of them, when you've been on with Jeff. And thank you, by the way, for letting Jeff come to a stranger's house last weekend. I don't know that you knew you were going to get him back or not. Like, this guy's going to kidnap my husband or something crazy. But thank you for letting him come over. We had a good time. And,
yeah, he had a blast. He had a great time.
Good. I'm glad. I tried to be a good host. And so my wife's been on my channel a few times. In fact, we've done a bunch of neat videos together. And people like her on my channel way more than they like me, which is not surprising, which is probably true of you and when you're on Jeff's channel. But so tell me what you think about his collecting. And I mean, we're old men that collect cardboard pictures of other men, which is...
Well, I thought it was cool. My mom had always collected baseball cards growing up, and so she always talked about like what a fun hobby it was. I personally didn't do any of that when I was growing up, so when Jeff told me that he was a collector, I was like, oh, that's fun. But I didn't realize that it was like a passion to collect. I thought he just, got cards every now and then and, no big deal. But right after we got married, I realized, no, like he is a serious collector. Like he really loves sports cards.
And it's a weird deal, but we're few and we're proud, I guess, of these people. But I've seen you do, and here's what I want to ask you really about. You did a show where you were the Tops girl, right?
Yep, sure did.
So tell everybody about that so they can go, because I know that video is on, or Jeff put a snippet of it in one of his videos, but tell that story.
So I was hosting a television show at the time, and I got a call from the guy who was working for Tops at the time as their main host, and he was like, hey, I live in Florida, Tops is sending me to Dallas to a little card shop in Grapevine, Texas, and we always have Rip Girls at these parties to basically kind of cheer everyone on, because we do these breaks where we open these packs, and it didn't make sense to me. I didn't really understand what he was talking about, but I mean, they said it's really quick, it's a lot of fun, it was good money, and so I thought, well, yeah, I'll do it. So I showed up and they gave me a jersey to wear, because we were opening basketball cards that night. But he just told me, he coached me on what to say. So he told me, when someone pulls a really great card, just look over at me and I'll give you the thumbs up. And because I had no idea what was going to be a good card or a bad card, because I didn't know who any of the players were. So he would kind of give me the signal, and then I would cheer for them and say, great pull, and wow, great rip. So I didn't know what any of those terms meant. I had no clue what was going on. I was so confused the entire time. But it was all collectors there who were really excited to Tops to this little, private event for some of their collectors. And everybody was having a great time. I just didn't really understand what was happening.
Did you were wearing a Mavericks jersey, if I remember right, so that's good. And
yes, that's correct.
That was at S&P Sports Cards. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I think so. And Mickey Mantle's son, David Mantle, came, and so we all got to talk to him, and he talked about his dad. And, of course, I'd heard of Mickey Mantle, but I didn't know anything about him at all. I didn't know if he was alive or dead. I had no clue. Everybody was really excited to meet him and hear stories about his dad. And then I was over in the corner like, what's happening?
That's so cool, though, that you were a Tops Rip girl for at least one opportunity.
Yeah, it was really fun. Well, it was funny. Whenever I met Jeff and he started doing these videos several years ago, I was like, you know what? I did a video about this one time. So it all came full circle. I thought, well, we were definitely meant to be together.
So have you learned more since you've been with Jeff and kind of as you've seen him explore his passion?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been really interesting to see what a great investment cards can be. I just would never have thought that collecting would be such an incredible investment, or that it's interesting to see how the hobby has sustained the test of time, which is really cool, because there's a lot of hobbies that are, kind of well known for a while, and then they just kind of fizzle out. But card collecting has been around forever, and it just keeps getting more and more popular, I feel like, especially within the past, 5 years. Yeah, because Jeff talks about Gary Vee, always talking about the kind of the resurgence of card collecting, and so that's been really neat. And I love that there's not only a sports element to it, and you get to collect your favorite players and things like that, but for a lot of people, it really is kind of a fun investment hobby too, and a way to make a little money and add to their collection in selling some of their other cards. And this is kind of it's a really niche, cool thing. So I've been really impressed.
It's better than Beanie Babies. Let's put it that way.
That's right. That's right. Beanie Babies did not pan out for all of us to have a closet or an attic full of those things.
No, it didn't. Well, Hillary, I really appreciate you doing this totally off the cuff and joining on live stream. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Mike. It was fun to talk to you. I'll hand the phone back to Jeff.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no! Did she tell you guys about my Beanie Baby collection?
Can she just stay on and we get rid of you and just talk to Hillary the whole time, or?
Dude, you aren't the first person to ask me about that.
So I don't have to ask you these next few questions because I've already got the answer straight from her. But
Okay.
so when you were younger, though, Jeff, we're talking to Jeff again. Unfortunately, Hillary left, so
Sorry, guys.
we're gonna keep talking to Jeff. But what sports did you play when you were younger?
What sports did I play?
Yeah.
Well, of course, I played baseball. I played just about everything. I played baseball, basketball, football, tennis, soccer. Tennis was probably the sport I played the most. I played in high school. But baseball is the sport I wish I had spent more time and invested more time in, because I don't know. I feel like I cut it off short, and I kind of gave it up for tennis because they were the same season, at least at our school. And, so those were the sports.
Yeah, I wish I would have invested more time when I was younger into golf, because I don't play baseball anymore, but man, I sure play a lot of golf, and I suck at it because I didn't play when I was a kid. But
Well, do you feel like you're still improving?
in golf,
Yeah.
some days yes, and some days no. It's probably the truth of that.
Well, the beauty of golf is that you just still have a good time on the course.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not killing the game.
Absolutely. Did you have any other hobbies when you were a kid growing up? Besides your epic Beanie Baby collection, what else did you do?
Other than my Beanie Baby collection, I've always been a movie nerd, so I was always watching movies or making movies in my backyard with buddies on the parents' camcorder. We had one of those giant camcorders that took an entire VHS tape. And then I was obsessed with ninjas for a while. You can't really collect ninjas, but you can enjoy them and watch movies with them. And I loved WWF wrestling. Once it became WWE, I was out. The early WWF stuff with Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog, man, I was all about that stuff.
Awesome. Do you do cards of wrestling now?
I don't, but a buddy of mine, actually from the Collectors Universe board, David Pack, D-Pack, I think he is on most of his social media. He is a monster wrestling card collector. collector, and he collects a set. I think it's 82 Wrestling All-Stars, and they have all the guys I grew up watching. So I really enjoyed seeing his post about that set. But I don't own a wrestling card, unfortunately. But I do appreciate some of those early 80s wrestling cards.
So I'll tell you guys right now, if y'all have any wrestling packs that you don't want anymore, send them to me, and I'll get them to Jeff, and he can open them on his channel and give you credit. That would be cool. I'd love to see you. Would you do that? That would be awesome.
Heck yeah. You know what? I have to start buying some. I haven't opened any, but UFC cards from Topps. I've got some unopened products because I love mixed martial arts. I love watching UFC. But that's about as close as I get to wrestling. So I'm sorry, I digress. I would love to open some wrestling cards on the channel.
That would be so cool to see. Do you have any other hobbies today that you do besides cards?
Well, I write screenplays. I guess, how do we define a hobby? If I'm getting paid for it, is it no longer a hobby? Is that kind of where you draw the line?
Well, I get paid on YouTube, so maybe it's not a hobby. No, I'm just... I don't know. It's whatever you just enjoy and spend kind of your free time doing. Usually hobbies cost you money, not making money, right? So
That's true. That's a good point. Well, like nerdy interest, I love cryptocurrency.
Okay.
That's just about as nerdy as it gets.
It's pretty nerdy. I like it.
Like I said, I love writing screenplays. That's kind of a part of my job. So, but I'll do that sort of stuff in my spare time just to create. And I play with my son. I mean, my son Fox is basically my new and permanent hobby. He's my best buddy and takes up a lot of my free time. So he's replaced most of my hobbies other than sports cards.
Well, as he gets older, you'll get to do a lot of those with him, and that'll be so much fun. You're going to love it.
I can't wait. Like, I want to play it safe because I really want him to like sports cards, but I realize it's not very likely. Like, the odds are really stacked against me at this point in time with young kids coming up with everything at their disposal for them to like a cardboard card. But I'm trying to angle to where I can play it right and get him interested, and hopefully he'll be able to appreciate the collection that his dad has built, and someday he'll pass that on.
Do you want a little nugget of advice from an older guy that... I'm not that much older than you, but in terms of my kids, that's kind of where I'm going with that. What do you Okay, here's my nugget of advice. And this is for anybody out there that has younger boys, is get them to love the game. And then the collecting comes next. You know, if they just fall in love with baseball by taking them to places and being excited about it and talking about the game with them and stuff, that's where you can then, that'll carry over to collecting, or at least has a better chance than just collecting, period. You know what I mean?
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think if you know the people that are potentially in the packs you're opening or the set you're buying or the singles you're looking at, I definitely think it makes it a lot more attractive. So I think that's great advice.
Yes, it makes total sense. See a Lone Star Legends cards. There's a guy that lives here local, and he's taken off because he's got to get up for work. So I've gotten some questions from the audience that they would like to know from you, Jeff. Are you ready?
Sure.
Sure. So there's a running joke kind of in the YouTube community, which is a big community, by the way. There's hundreds and hundreds of channels that are primarily baseball card or sports card focused. And the running joke is who's going to wear a fanny pack at the National. So are you going to wear a fanny pack to the National?
Well, I wasn't planning to, but
you shouldn't. No.
If I had some awesome fanny pack, why not, man? You don't need pockets if you have it.
You can.
I'm not opposed. Like, I will not haze someone for wearing a fanny pack.
Fair enough. It does have its, I guess, storage perks. Everything's quick access, and there's one guy in particular that's going to wear one, so we we tease him all the time.
One of my heroes in life, Joe Rogan, is a big proponent of fanny packs. In fact, he sells a fanny pack, I think, on his website. So if it's cool enough for Joe Rogan,
There you go.
I'm not opposed.
All right. Someone else asked, for you, since you do primarily open packs on your channel, what if you could open one pack? Like, what would be the holy grail pack for you to open on your channel?
Fellas, we all know this. It's 52 tops. Like, that is the pack that I think if I ever have a chance to open one, I may retire from the pack.
Like, what else is there if I open a 52 tops pack, right?
I mean, the person that asked that question knew the answer, but he just wanted me to say it, so I respect that.
I actually thought you were going to say 86, 87 Fleer basketball.
I've opened a couple of them. I haven't opened a lot, and I would love to open a box of it, but no, it's the holy grail. You know what, though, and you know these cards, is the 33 Gaudy, did they come in packs?
They did.
Okay. Well, then maybe, no, 52 tops. I gotta stick with where I've always had my holy grail pack. I'll stick with the 52 tops.
You know what's cool about the 33 Gaudy set?
Everything?
Well, everything. Yes, everything. But there was one card that wasn't inserted into packs, and you had to send off for it or call Gaudy to get it. Do you know who that player was? And I know you know this.
Well, I'm going to call him what I refer to him as, and then you're gonna say what his actually how you pronounce his last name. I call him Nap LaJoy, and I know I'm butchering his last name. So will you tell us how to really pronounce that?
Nap LaJoy, I think, but I don't know. I've never met him. He's never corrected me on how to pronounce his name.
You haven't heard him say his name?
Do you know how he signs his name? I have an autograph of Nap LaJoy. Do you know how he signs his name?
I have no idea. His real name is Napoleon, right?
His real name is Larry LaJoy. Napoleon Larry LaJoy. So he signs his name Larry LaJoy. Or LaJoy or
really?
whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so enough. We're giving people trivia. A lot of people got that right. They knew it was LaJoy, so, or LaJoy or whatever it is.
People on the chat, is Mike pronouncing it correctly? Because I'm assuming I'm not, but how in the world do you pronounce it? Anybody else have any guesses out there?
Well, how are they going to tell us on a chat? Are they going to like phonetically spell it out for us or something?
Well, they can just say, yes, you're pronouncing it correctly, or
yeah,
no.
Who's right? Good point. Is it LaJoy?
I don't think I'm right, but if I am, that'll be the first.
Or is it LaJoy? Or how did you say it?
I said LaJoy.
Okay. Yeah. So is Jeff right or is Mike right? And they're going, yes. It's like, well, that doesn't help. Like, yes. Thanks. Okay, I got a first. Mike is right. LaJoy, LaJoy. Oh my gosh. All right, we don't know. We're not going to, well, yeah, what did we start with this? Okay. Some people, Mike is right. Okay. All right, okay, so cool. That's the last time.
This is your vlog. You got to be right.
My web series, thank you. My web series.
Well played.
So what's your best pull in a pack that you've ever had?
Well, let's see. I guess it depends on what you consider your best. Like, my favorite card I've pulled or the most valuable card I've pulled? But
both. Each.
Okay, so some of the most valuable cards I've pulled is the same card. I've had two different breaks where I opened 1980, 1981 Topps basketball. Wait, is it
79? Are you talking about the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird rookie?
Is it 7980? Yeah.
7980, I think.
So I've pulled two Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dr. J cards out of those, which is a monster card. Like, people, can we get our head around how amazing it is? You have two of the all-time greatest basketball players ever on a rookie card together.
Right.
Like, that card, I think it's underrated, frankly. So that was a big one. I pulled an 87 Fleer Jordan out of a pack, which is really cool. I recently I pulled a 2017 flawless Patrick Mahomes autographed out of 5. That was a pretty amazing modern hit, and kind of kicked off my collecting Mahomes.
That's awesome.
Man, I've pulled a lot of really cool cards. I've had a lot of good luck, and I've had a lot of duds. So that's one thing about my channel is I don't just air the episodes where I hit big cards. I air all of them because
that's
true
collecting.
to life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that you're going to have a lot of crappy packs and boxes out there where you aren't getting big things that are Instagram worthy, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. That doesn't mean you stop or pout or want a refund. Like that's a part of it. I mean, it truly is a gamble. Like I refer to it as a poor man's treasure hunt.
That's right.
That basically each box you open is just that. You invested, and then there may be treasure in there, there may be not.
I was told 80-81 for the Bird Johnson. That makes more sense. That's
Okay.
So you were right. See, we've both been right now.
79-80 is the Gretzky rookie. So my only bit of hockey knowledge.
There you go. All right, so now it's time to move on to my favorite part of the show, which is rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Oh boy.
So these are.
All
right, I got to get ready for rapid fire. It takes some seriousness to get ready for rapid fire.
Do you want to stretch?
Do I want to what?
Do you want to stretch?
Yeah, I just did. I just kind of gave myself a little.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. I can't stretch. I can't stand up because I'm not wearing any pants. So that would be bad for the live stream. And so, more than you
don't
need.
Do that to your boss.
No. So, here we go with a bunch of questions that I'm just going to ask.
Okay.
Answer them as quick as you can. First answer that comes to your mind. I may ask for a follow-up. That's up to me as the host. But other than that, I'm going to fire away. You ready?
Let's do it.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
And that's not even the answer. That was just the first thing that came to my head. Sorry, I panicked.
Dude,
my true... Have I already broken the game?
Yes, it's now no fun anymore. No, just kidding. What is your favorite one?
Real answer. It's jalapeno.
Really? Jalapenos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Can we try to get back to rapid fire here? Is that okay?
Yeah, let's try this again. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now I'm going to restart, so I'll give you a chance to actually answer the question correctly with your correct response. Which is your favorite pizza topping? Go.
Jalapeno.
Okay, correct. Great. I don't know if it's correct or not. I hope it's correct.
I didn't realize this was right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, man. Oh, no. Chocolate chip.
Okay. You're hurting the whole rapid fire vibe. But
you know what it really is now that I've had 30 seconds? I stalled. It is Cherry Garcia by Ben
and Jerry's.
Oh,
okay.
It's incredible. And fish food is also awesome.
Okay.
I'm horrible. Damn right.
It's all right. On your hot dog, mustard or ketchup?
Mustard.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. How do you drink your coffee? Creamer or black?
Both.
Both? Okay. Are you a good dancer?
Only if I'm trying to make people laugh.
Good answer. What's your middle name?
It's Adam.
Jeff Adam Hall of Famer. Which I'm calling you Hall of Famer because your last name is Hall of Famer.
It is Hall of Famer.
Which I love it. What was your first car?
It was a 1988 Ford Bronco 2.
Wow. I was going to ask another question. I'm not going to do that. What kind of car do you drive now?
I drive a Toyota 4Runner.
Okay. What is your favorite candy bar?
Hey, whatchamacallit?
What do you call it? What is it? No, I'm just kidding.
You call it a Snickers.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Probably just granola. I love granola cereal.
Okay. That's kind of nerdy, but that's all right. Like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't realize this was something you could judge me on.
well, I'm asking the questions, so absolutely.
You want me to answer that?
Just kidding. Favorite soda?
Probably Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Which is weird. People don't know that here in Texas, everything's a Coke. Everything's Coke, right? And then you say, what kind of Coke do you want? Like, it's not.
It's weird because in the Midwest it's pop or soda, but here it's Coke. You could order, like, if somebody says, you want a Dr. Pepper, they could say, no, I don't drink Coke. But you're like, well, how does that work? Because I didn't offer you a Coke, I offered you a Dr. Pepper. But it works in Texas.
It does for some weird reason. What is your favorite board game?
Monopoly, I love it.
Yes, me too. What is your favorite video game?
My Texas Punch-Out.
Okay, that's a great one. What was the last movie you went to?
Holy cow. I can't remember, man. That's one thing about a baby that they don't tell you is your movie life is done be unless you have a babysitter. I can't remember the last movie I went to see, dude. That is the honest answer. It hasn't been like a year. It's not coming to mind. It must not have been very memorable.
No worries. What's your favorite movie franchise of all time?
Well, I love everything Wes Anderson, everything Kevin Smith. Cause I like, with my writing, I love comedy. I love kind of dry humor. I'd probably say the early Wes Anderson stuff, like Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, or Royal Tenenbaums. It's not necessarily a franchise, but it's good stuff.
So if I told you Clerks was a terrible movie, you'd be upset with me. We wouldn't be friends anymore.
I mean, I'd hang up the phone, but it doesn't mean we wouldn't talk at some point.
I'm just kidding. I like Clerks. I was just kidding around.
No, the Clerks is rough. Like that, it somehow holds up, but it is not a high quality movie. But Kevin Smith is obviously a gem, so.
I love all Kevin Smith stuff. I totally agree. Except for Dogma was a little weird, but other than that.
Yeah, you know what I like, which doesn't get a lot of love, is Mallrats. I think that's hilarious, and Jason Lee is a highly underrated actor, and now that dude lives in North Texas, which it's cool to call him one of our own.
That's cool. I liked Chasing Amy, actually, which...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what I'm seeing on the chat right now, which I cannot believe I didn't bring up? I am a huge John Hughes fan. I saw one of the homies posted Ferris Bueller in the comments, and I like John Hughes is my idol when it comes to writing. So, Kristen Campbell's Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off are just amazing movies.
I agree. Could watch him anytime.
If we go franchise, can we do Caddyshack and Caddyshack 2?
That's technically a franchise. There was more than one movie, so yes.
I mean, the second one was a little rough, but still funny, and the first one is a classic.
For sure. What's your favorite sport to play?
To just play casually, probably tennis or basketball.
What's your favorite sport to watch?
Like on TV or in person, because those are two totally different things for me.
Each. Which one?
Okay, so on TV, probably football, and then in person, I really like watching basketball.
Okay, very cool.
But in baseball is following that just right on the tail.
So here's the last question. Who is your celebrity crush?
George Brett? I don't know.
Like entertainment celebrity, not sports celebrity.
I had a thing for Katy Perry for a long time. She got super weird. Man, hold on. My wife will be able to help me out with this.
You're supposed to say Hillary. Come on.
Can I phone a friend? hey, you're going to get me in trouble by bringing up obvious things like that. Okay, let me say Hillary Kennedy, she is my favorite news personality.
There you go.
She is a sweet gal, and there's a very lucky guy.
That was I threw you a curveball. That was a curveball question. You were supposed to say Hillary Kennedy.
That was a shut up.
Totally. Well, guys, first of all, Jeff, thank you so much for being on the show. That's all the questions I have for you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And any last words you want to tell everybody?
I just want to tell you all that go out and make your own content, because we are living through an amazing moment in content creation history, and no one can stop you from creating a TV network of your own, aka a YouTube channel. So go out there and put something together.
Well, thanks for watching the Baseball Collector Network tonight, and
yeah, your vlog,
my web series. Thank you, and we'll see what's in store next for Beyond Cardboard. Jeff, again, thanks so much, man, and we will be talking soon. You guys out there,